Hi guys, in today's video we'll look at a scenario in which the German Empire unites in 2022. And that would mean Germany's population would gain people. It would also mean Poland would lose land, France would lose land, and Belgium would lose land. But their first thing to do was and Denmark didn't lose land. Denmark did lose land. How about Denmark gained land after World War I, yet they did nothing? Isn't that crazy? And so they enter Luxembourg. And well, quickly after they entered Luxembourg, they just decided to annex it. Which, you can see how bad the German Empire's borders look like before they annexed it in 1914, occupied it. And well, they might have some enemies already. But they go into Austria. Because, we can. They can't, according to international law, but they did it anyways. They push in on many fronts. They slam through the country. But then they get stuck in a stalemate. And then Austria surrenders. Why'd Austria surrender after a stalemate? It's crazy how they didn't try to reunite in Austria. What's that noise? And so they annex it. Now they look like a German empire. Now they end up with enemies. Because they remember what happened the last time the German Empire was around. World War I happened. So France, Italy, because Italy switched sides. Wait, why would Italy join them? Belgium and the UK, faring the worse, like what happened in World War II, signed an alliance. That Kosovo I had to retrace. The map I accidentally deleted. That had it good, so I just retraced it, so that's what I got now. Well, Germany has made enemies, but they proceed to continue without really bothering to care. They push into Poland to just gain more land and establish a puppet. To change Poland from a country that's still sovereign to their own puppet. The Russian team decides to do something, which is not a big shock. Completely expected. And so they push in. Now they're pushing in on both fronts. From Belarus and from Poland. And from Germany. Poor Poland has no chance of survival. Well, I don't think this would happen in real life. Could happen also. Well, it's here. But Poland, the puppet state. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. It's interesting. The Netherlands just stays neutral. While this new German Empire decides to expand. Why didn't Belarus sign an alliance? Because they are trying to stay out of a Russian sphere of influence. And they push into Czechia. Like this, basically. Well, they basically say, yeah, we're going a bit slow. Why don't we speed it up? And they basically want a bit of land, not a lot. Okay, maybe reset. Now, edit, undo. Maybe one more. And, well, when they decide to rush in, they do not cross into Slovakia. Even though I just said cross, but you know. And they annex land because they know how. Obviously, they know how. And, well, this is the weirdest looking Czechia. And it looks like the guy in charge of this country is looking for strength. Well, looks like they're heading towards a new world war. But because colonialism does not look good, they don't colonize. Wink, wink. But then they go to the guy in Namibia, Tanzania, and them with their new navy they formed. Yeah, I didn't talk about it, but they did create a very strong navy. They set sail for Cameroon. Modern day Cameroon, because when they annexed Cameroon, it was much bigger. Like, imagine if German Empire did not fall. Well, they push into here. Why didn't I unite them with our colonies? Because I didn't think that should happen. But technically, the German Empire didn't always have colonies. When they first united, that's what they looked like. What it looked like at the beginning of the video. And so they push into Togo. Modern day Togo is much bigger than German Togo. Actually, German Togo did cross a bit across into Ghana, but didn't go as far north. And then they go into their Tanzanian colony and are like, hi. By hi, I mean this. And to top things off, they decide to invade Nigeria. Namibia, I mean. Why would I call Namibia Nigeria? But that's besides the point. They slam into this nation. Without much ado, they completely topple their biggest now they are a colonial empire, which is good for them. Not for anyone else. But now the German Empire has its biggest crisis ever. This new one. With them deciding to attack Lithuania. They didn't expect anything bad to happen. But all the Baltics join, which means nothing to them. Denmark joins, saying it's for its own safety and security to get back its lands. France is like, wait a minute, we have a right to invade now. So does Italy. And so does Britain. They say, yeah, this is a good justification to liberate the Baltics. To which Russia and allies basically state is their duty to invade. Which, yeah, let's say in this scenario, Ukraine didn't happen. But Germany wanting wheat, and so does the Soviets want wheat. Well, the Russians, they both declare war on that. Finland gets involved now. Hungary doesn't want to repeat a Trianon. So they join the other team. But Germany was ready on one front, which is in the Baltics, which they do not move out of 41 nor 10, they move out of 6. Why am I using this as a pace measurement? It's not the best, but works. Do Russian forces really think they can do this? Oh. Possibly. Well, this German empire is strong. And so is this Russia and Belarus pact. And why is Hungary joining the team they did? I don't know. But Team Russia is actually trying. They get there. And they come out here. This time we're doing a realistic one. Yeah, this time we're doing what would happen if it was just Russia. If the world was distracted fighting a war and it happened. With Germany starting part 2 of this invasion plan. I will talk about what happened on the other front while this invasion happened. Which is not very great news. The forces running into Germany's Rhineland. They take it. Italy starts a small campaign into the mountains. Oh, Britain has managed to do a land invasion while Denmark has pushed south and met up with this land invasion, which moved south, which overran forces here, which meant that happened. And Hamburg then falls, and so is Kiel. A city. Yeah, they lose a lot of cities. But bad news starts happening as this happens. And it looks like Hungary is going to not survive as Hungary falls. And Germany, looking for some wheat, starts its invasion. With Romania wanting to create greater Romania, they join Germany. And Moldova ends up in war with them. And so now the war is on 2 fronts. With Romania doing something unthinkable. And the Eastern Front trying to be cleared off as they dig trenches on the Western Front. And then they push into Kherson. Russia's doing much better than they did in our timeline, mostly because everyone's distracted and it's a wild mapping video. But yeah. And yeah, they continue their advance. Gains on the Western Front, but on the Eastern Front there has been gains. Although Russia has not even taken an oblast yet. Well, they have taken Kiev right now. And it allows them to rain down there. And then they rain in from the east. And they take Luhansk and Donetsk. They try to take the Kharkiv Oblast. They basically do that. And then we have Belarus, who starts their own campaign, with Germany heading in for its last offensive into here. And the rest basically falls to Russia. They don't surrender, no. They fall. It's moving all of its forces to the Western Front. The West fearing sends their complete militaries in to try and save the day, which gives them a lot of success, especially in the Great Northern Plain area where they have major success. It's around with Germany moving all of its forces and just deciding, yeah, do this. Somehow they did it. And then Denmark starts praying to not surrender. But in 1 hour, that happens. In 2 hours, that happens. And in the last hour, they surrender. With Finland basically saying, Russia, you want to see something funny? Basically is what they say. And you know what they mean by funny? Taking this. Taking the land. And they push in, making a landing. But as we can tell, this landing is going to fail. Yeah, that's as far as they can get. With Germany basically saying, surrender now. The countries refuse. Italy does refuse to. But quickly after they invade Italy, they get to Rome, they take Rome, and Italy's people are like, can we switch sides yet? And finally, Italy's government says, yes, we can switch sides now. Which basically means they have to sign a peace. They're the worst for the allied nations, as they completely collapse. But, you know who makes an alliance with Germany? A bunch of revolutionaries inside eastern Ukraine and southern. Basically just a militia, which only gets a hair. Before Germany basically says to Russia, leave these guys alone. This leads to that being the front. But with the Western Front, in chaos, many things happen, such as Finland, who switches sides. Why do they switch sides? Help Germany. And they then say to Russia, we're at peace now, but they occupy that because they do. Peace treaty has not been signed yet, which basically German forces now start reigning in the north. They take Paris while Italians start reigning in the south. Eventually, the war ends, and there's a big peace treaty called the Treaty of... So the Treaty of... And this is what it looks like. While a new Romania is created. While a new Ukraine is made. This is a Treaty of Moscow. The Treaty of Berlin was signed, and Germany gained a bit of land from France and Britain, occupies some land, annexes Belgium, annexes Denmark's land, takes a bit. And now this is a Treaty of Moscow where they start splitting, and I'm going to... Lithuania being created, Latvia is a puppet, Hungary, Ukraine is freed like this, Romania expanded, Russia did this, and they made a puppet there. Belarus did that. They made a Latvian puppet and a Estonian puppet. Now there is a Finland, Germany, Italy, Romania, yeah. Some nations are independent, most aren't anymore. That's sad. And if it was just this, if we get rid of every that's not Germany or its puppets or its occupation zones, we'll start looking. That's what it looks like, basically. We just need to get rid of these Russian puppets. And then if you just want to see Germany itself, get rid of these. You could also do that in your brain, but yeah. And then if you want to see nobody, that's what they look like in Africa. And then it has nothing. They look like that. So thank you for viewing. I hope you had a wonderful day. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper is out. Oh wait, no, he's not out yet. I just realized. So you should subscribe. We're trying to get to 75 subscribers. We're at 68. That's 7 away. So if you could subscribe, because 90% of you aren't subscribed, that would mean a lot. Well, the live stream was a bit of a success. Had 50 views. So yeah. That's pretty great. And how did it go? And this must have been a good video because you watched it to now. And please leave a comment or a recommendation in the comments section because it is really great to comment. And this is the German Empire. So thank you for viewing. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Wild Mapper out!